come in. But today's message with Pipe Down, you know, as people, and we have to understand, yes, when you are on, right? So if, for example, a security guard, you're not supposed to be in that security guard stance when you're around your family and your friends, or if someone's asking you a question. You know, some of us take our assignments out of alignment. And it's okay to pipe down, chillax, calm down a little bit, and everybody calm down, like that kind of thing. Because if you are, we're not expecting a preacher to be a preacher 24/7, right? There's a time when the preacher is in position, I believe, and there's a time when, he or she is enjoying a meal and cracking jokes and laughing. So we have to be willing to determine when we are in and putting that hat on. So although I am a business coach and I do business and marketing consultant, right? That's my main thing with my company. I'm a marketing consultant. You want to know how to put it together, package it, put it out there, present it, I am your girl. But I'm not having that conversation all the time everywhere, right? So if I'm with my friends at dinner, I'm not wearing a marketing consultant hat. Calm down, pipe down, chillax, be a woman, be a good friend, be someone having a good meal. And so we have to be willing to understand that our assignment, there's an alignment for our assignment, and not to get out of the alignment with our assignment, because it can turn, it'll shift energies and it'll turn people off. Right? It'll turn people off. So one thing that, let me know if you've experienced that, where you're like, man, I just wanted to talk to my friend. I didn't want to talk to, Pastor Joe, or I wanted to talk to my friend. I didn't want to talk to the marketing consultant, right? Like, can we have a conversation? So I wanted to make sure in our journeys that we understand the difference of when we're on an assignment and when we are in the process and in the journey, and just moving through and enjoying space. I do believe we miss out on enjoying each other's space, time, energy, right? By not being present. And when you're constantly in position and when you're constantly in title mode, you'll miss out on enjoying the present moment that is happening. And so I'm not expecting my husband to come home and be the same man that he is at his, when he's at his, at work, what he's doing at work. I'm not expecting that. And so my kids, when they come in, they're not expecting me to be this inspirational speaker at all times. I also have to be mom, understanding, sometimes a friend, sometimes a disciplinary. So we have to understand to separate those why, and it is a part of who you are. And if you disagree with me, please let me know. But I'm just trying to figure this thing out, because I know that I've come across some individuals and I will not connect with them. This is real talk. There's certain things in certain places that I won't bring them because they don't know how to turn it off. I don't always want the pastor friend mode if we're going out to a comedy show. I don't necessarily always want the bodyguard security mode when we go out. Now, and that's when we begin to set boundaries. So for example, my makeup artist, right? So if I see her, I'm automatically in makeup artist mode. Girl, what you got in your bag? What you got in your bag? And so it was up to her to create a boundary, and she still hasn't, because she loves me. But she does, still she does. But to create a boundary to say, Lucinda, I'm here to support this cause with you. Like, we're out together as girls. I am not here as makeup artist mode. I don't have my kit with me. And even if I do, not necessarily does she want to be on all the time. Does that make sense? So we have to be careful with how we are positioning ourselves, because you can be edging yourself out of good friendships. It's not everybody all the time. Sometimes you have to look at yourself to say, why is this happening? Why is this constantly happening to me with different groups at different phases, different stages in my life? It's probably because you are still approaching and showing up as this same type of person, and you're never really tuning and piping down. Pipe down, chillax, enjoy life, enjoy the moment. And if you don't do that, you'll begin to realize that you're being edged out. And it's not being edged out to say, "Ooh, my circle's getting smaller." No, you're being edged out because people are looking to deal with who you are and not necessarily with what your title is or what you feel you need to get in position mode. Not all the time you need to be in position mode. Not all the times will I sit there in conversations, and if business comes up, I'm not all the time always offering my great marketing advice. That's not the space. Sometimes people just want to talk, share, engage, have a good time. You know, not all the time is a strategy or homework assignments, right? And so I didn't like that when I would get around people. They're like, "Oh, she about to give you some homework." No, I'm not. How about we're not even going to talk about that? How about we are just going to enjoy the carnival and the concert? We're just going to enjoy the concert. I'm not going to talk about nothing else. Don't ask me nothing else, right? And so we have to be, one, clear and respect people's boundaries when it is there, because there's a time and a place for everything, and not every time and place is based on when you want it to be. Like I said, with my makeup artist, if I see her or if I invite her to a dinner and I'm like, "Hey girl, come to the dinner, I have this or this or that, or I have an event over here," and as soon as I see her, my brain just like, I'm like, "Girl, can you fix my eyebrows? Can you do my lashes? What you got in your bag?" And I'm shuffling in her bag. Like, you get really out of context and inappropriate when you believe that somebody should be on because you want them to be on. And that's not fair to their gifts, their talents, their skills, and their abilities. And so the other thing is, if you know that you operate in a, well, I'm an organizer, and you show up, if someone is inviting you to something and you show up at, well, I'm always an organizer, I'm the type of person that, well, how about they don't want you to come in and organize their situation right there? How about they want you to be in the moment and enjoy your presence and not want you to be on mode? That is a huge turnoff to some people. Yes, it can be in help. You can think that you're helping, but you can be turning people off where they're like, "You know what? I'm not going to invite her again. I'm not going to bring her around because I don't want her getting into her mode." She gets into this mode. Pipe down, calm down, chillax, and enjoy your moments. There's a moment when and there's a time for everything, but there's a time when you are on, and you're always on. How about that? But there's a time when you're on, and it calls for your certain gifts to show up. And then there's other times where different gifts and talents show up. And so you want to be very careful on how you're showing up, how you're positioning yourself, how you're in the room. Not everybody's asking you to be you understand what I'm saying? So it's okay to chillax and enjoy yourself. And, you think every time somebody sees Beyonce, they're like, "Girl, choreograph a move." Oh, no. They know, because she'll be like, "I'm not inviting them no more." Or if we just got to know when it is, because it can be offensive when you are using your gifts or what you feel is a gift for someone else and they don't want it, and then you get upset when they don't appreciate the gift that you're giving, but it's a gift that is offensive. Does that make sense? Because how about God didn't tell you to use that gift at that time? Hello, somebody. That's not what they needed at that point. That's not what you were there for at that point, right? And so it's a lot. So I just wanted to share that. I hope that it would help you, and feel the atmosphere out. Let's see what else somebody said. Pipe down mode. Really, pipe down. Pipe down. You don't always have to be, on title, like calm down. Like, it's like, wow, you know what? You're just doing too much. You're doing way too much. So it's just like, I don't expect to be invited to places just because, well, you could talk to Lucinda, she's back there. No, like somebody who is a prayer warrior, you don't necessarily put them in, well, so-and-so was there, you know, Mother Angela's there, go ahead and go over it. Yeah, she may pray for you, but man, can she enjoy the moment and the space and the time? And if it's organic and it's going to happen, it'll happen. But she's not in automatic prayer mode where she's walking around and prophesying to everybody at the dinner. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, so there's people out there who's like that. You like, man, I invited you. Every time I invite you to a dinner, it got to turn out to a prophecy session. And, you know, you understand what I'm saying? And so we have to be careful on both sides of the fence, understanding and respecting someone's gifts, talents, skills, and abilities, and also respecting the boundaries. And two, also looking at, you know, how we as the givers need to embrace moments and spaces that we're in instead of being turned on. Be the woman, be the one who's watching. You know, some people they just bring that observer with them all the time. You know, well, I'm just an observer and I'm just an over analyzer. Well, this is not the place to analyze. We're all having a good time at this networking event, and you want to over analyze and observe, then you don't need to be here. Right? And so turn that off. This is not the space or the time or the place to do that, because you are the one who will miss out. So I just want to share that quick message on this Monday. It is okay to pipe down, calm down, and chillax. So take this Monday to assess that with yourself, to say, how am I showing up? Have I been edged out of certain situations and scenarios because maybe I'm throwing off something a little funky, right? Or how about the fact that I need to also respect someone else's boundaries? Yeah, because I just told you, I overstep my makeup artist boundaries all the time, but I'm going to get better at it. And I'm not going to dig in her bag the next time she shows up or tell her to do my lashes. And I got a funny story about that, because I almost got really checked on a whole nother situation about that, because I was being out of boundaries, out of step. And what you got in your bag? No, not all. It's not time for that all the time. So everyone have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later.